But please note that I don't expect you to be confident in your first call because it's a practice game. Expect to be nervous in the first dozen calls, and something will change in you after you do your first, let's say, dozen calls. After your first 12, 10, 12 calls, something in you will change. More calls, more business, more friendships, better network, more business. And your fear will be gone and you'll start seeing it as a profitable game because the more people you'll call, the more relationships you'll form. And talking about confidence, it's not about your language or accent. Use the language you're most comfortable in when calling people and what the other person you're talking to is comfortable in. So if you're talking to someone who's comfortable talking Punjabi, talk in Punjabi. If you're comfortable talking to them in Haryanvi, because the other person is Haryanvi, talk in Haryanvi. Whichever language, Hindi, or Marathi, whatever the other person. And if the person wants to talk to you in English, try to talk in English. But your accent doesn't matter. And there can be a case that someone is talking to you in English, but you only know Hindi. Fine. If you can understand his English, let him talk in English, you speak in Hindi. What I'm saying is that you want to be helping them by using the language that they are comfortable in, but at the same time, you also want to come across as an authentic person. Never use accents, English accents, to impress someone because it never helps. I have seen many of you guys when talking to me or giving me in sending me your testimonials to come across as confident, or I don't know why you many of you guys you use accents. It's okay to use accents here and there if you're talking to national clients, and after talking to international clients, it just happens that it changes your accent because you change your way of saying things in a way that they can understand, and this changes your accent in turn automatically without you even realizing. But make sure whatever you do, you should come across as an authentic person. You shouldn't come across as a fake person. And your language, I don't think it matters so much as much as being authentic does, and your confidence does. So whatever you can, whichever language, whichever accent you are most comfortable in, and you can come across authentic person, use that. Number one, after we spoke about confidence, second, you have to prepare for each call before calling someone. Don't call anyone unprepared. So expect your clients to ask you questions, all sorts of questions to test whether you really know what you're talking about and whether you are worth the time. They might also try to play with you. Make sure you have checked their website and have some broad suggestions for them, such as, I saw that you're pushing discount coupons on Instagram, and in our experience, people on Instagram are not receptive of discount offers. That's something I did when I spoke to a client whom I was pitching Instagram marketing. I saw that they were using discount coupons on Instagram, and I read somewhere that people are not receptive to discount coupons on Instagram. So I told her, she was impressed. And she said, yeah, I noticed that other brands don't use discount coupons. Why are we doing that? So it made her receptive to the rest of my message, because she thought that this guy has done his homework. You can say something like, I saw that you don't have a Facebook tracking pixel installed, because you just have to install a Google Chrome extension and it shows you whether you have a Facebook ID or whether it has a tracking pixel. If you want to learn more, go and check my Facebook training on YouTube. I saw I didn't receive any emails when I subscribed. So if you don't get any emails when you enter your email, that means that they don't have an automation email funnel set up, so you can offer them that. And I saw your mobile app has few bugs, your product page has few bugs, your website has few bugs, your website doesn't open that well on mobile, or you can point out anything. You can say that I saw that your food is awesome, but when I go to your website, it does not reflect the good experiences other customers have with the food they had at your restaurant. So why don't you share that on your Instagram, on your website? So when you go to a call, prepare, know their business, do your homework, look at their website, use their mobile application, check out the Instagram feed, and expect them to cross question you. And if they cross question you, I've already explained to you in my sales training how you have to dodge each question and just go back to pitching. Okay, so dodging I have already explained in my sales training. keep going back to your objective, that is to meet them in person. Okay, but at the same time, also be prepared with do your homework before you go on a call. It should look like you're just another, the person shouldn't feel that he's just another number on the list he has, and he's just hurrying into calling people like it's his routine. He's not there to help me out, he's just there to get my money. That's the impression they can get if you don't do your homework. So talk to them in a way that they should see you as someone that they can trust. So for the preparation, get your intentions right. Don't set up the stage to sell specific service. Go and meet them to solve the problem. So I tell my students all the time when they ask me that what service I should be pitching to my clients, and I tell them that your objective is not to pitch them a service. So don't never go on a call or a meeting to pitch specific services. Go with an open mind, diagnose the client, see what they want, and give them what they want, and have an ability to figure things out. Okay, so it can be, so if you go to meet them, if you think that they'll need SEO, they need Facebook paid ads, they need copywriting, whatever they need, give them that. Don't go with a preconceived made up mind that I'm going to go and sell them SEO services, or I'm going to go and sell them Facebook paid ads. Don't limit yourself. Your objective as a consultant, especially if you want to charge them a premium, is to diagnose them and give them what they want. And what they want is more sales. So tell them that this is where you are, this is where you want to go, and I'll do whatever it takes and get you there. So, and then in the statement of work, you pitch them few services that help them go there, but get your intentions right. Don't approach them to sell your services, because in the call you also tell them that let's catch up, let's meet and see whether we can help you out. So you keep that element of uncertainty even in your sales meetings. When you go to them, you give them their ideas, and then you also let them know that I'm going to ask you a few questions about you to be sure that whether I can really help you or not, whether we are fit for each other. So you keep an uncertainty in their mind when you go out to meet them. So you get your intentions right first before you call them, that your objective is not to get their money, your objective is not to close them, your objective is to do a very wise assessment of their business, understand their sales process, and then really help them out get their objectives. Okay, so don't bottle yourself up with fixed services that this is what I'm going to do. Okay, go to each call, approach each client with an open mind. Second, since they're local business, it would be helpful to give them a local context. For example, you can say them that I love your food. My friends tell me that you're awesome things about your gym, or I saw your ad in a newspaper, or my friend used to work with in your organization. Give them a local context, and at the same time, don't cook up a story. Try to find a local link that you can tell them that my friend goes to your gym, I go to your gym, I had a pizza at your restaurant a couple of months ago, it was awesome. Or have a local context so that they know that you know their business. So it does help a lot. Never hyper focus on a call. You don't live or die by one call. That's very, very important. That when you call them, don't be in a it's not a life and death situation, one call, because you're not gonna live or die. Your business is not going to be never be dependent on one call. So don't hyper focus on one call. Okay, it's just one call. There are many more calls that you're gonna make after this. Because it is only going to make you nervous. Because if you pick up a phone and call a major gym and think that, okay, if I don't get this gym, I'm a dead man. Don't do that. Okay, you should know that if I don't get this gym, there are 10 other gyms I can contact. If I don't get those 10 gyms, there are 100 other restaurants I can call. If there are not 100 restaurants, there are several other gyms I can, spas and whatnot, industrial clients you can call, IT companies you can call. So many businesses out there locally that are spending so much on marketing and technology. You can work with them. Okay, so don't hyper focus on one call. You don't live or die by one sale. Okay. Second, fourth point is you never wonder what's next. You just go on the next call. Okay. So after you hang up the phone, Don't wonder that, okay, what do I do next? Just see what's the next number you have to call and pick up the phone and call them. Okay, so don't overthink the process. Just start doing it. You'll make a couple of calls and you'll get in the flow and you'll go bang, bang, bang. You'll keep on calling the clients, and before you know that, within an hour, you might have spoken to 10-15 clients. Maybe not 10-15 in an hour. I think if you can make easily 3-4-5 calls you can make, and if one call takes, most of the calls will not last more than a minute, because you won't be able to go past the gatekeeper, or the person you're calling is not available. But there might be calls when you are able to get to the founder or the marketing head and he wants to talk to you for 15 minutes. So on average, expect to finish 4-5 calls in an hour if you do it every day. And that you can say that you in a flow state. It's not an hour will just go like that. You'll before you know that 1 hour will be gone and you've spoken to 4-5 people. And prioritize the leads by importance. All the leads are not made equal. You have to understand that each lead, for example, there might be a bigger client that needs more time. You spend more time with them on phone. And if it's a client that does not, you're not sure if they have the budget, they are just trying to get information out of you, don't waste your time on phone. If you follow up with them the next day and say you think that he's not the right candidate, don't be a nice guy and help them, give them free advice. Just hang up the phone. And you rather focus your time on people who do have the budget, who want to work with you. Okay, so prioritize the call. Don't spend equal time on all the calls, because not all the clients are made equal. And the biggest one for the objection is preempt objections, because objections are going to come your way. When you talk to clients, they will always give you objection that why they cannot work with you, why they cannot hire you. So make a list of objections and what you'll do to overcome those objections. Toward the end of this training, I'll give you a standard script that how I handle the most common objection. For example, the biggest objection I hear the most from clients is that they say that we already have an agency or someone doing this for us, or we are doing this in-house, we don't need external help. That it happens all the time. So it's a very common objection, and when you pick up the phone and start calling people, you'll see that they'll give this objection a lot. So you should know exactly what to say when they give you this objection. And don't try to deal with the no's, because no means a no. Don't waste time on people who hang up on you, and say a clear no. Look for potential objections. So you have to understand the difference between an objection and no. When a client says no, they're not interested, they don't want to work with you, fine. But if they say that they already have an agency, or they let's say they don't want to spend on social media marketing, or Instagram marketing doesn't work, or social media doesn't work, or Google doesn't work, that's an objection. Okay, so understand the difference between an objection and a no. When the clients give you a clear no, that I don't want to meet you, don't try to persuade them, to push them to make them meet you, because it is going to take you nowhere and waste your time. But if a client tells you that he or she is not available this week, tell them, can we meet next week? Can we meet some other time? Or if they tell you that they have an agency, tell them something else. So I'll tell you how to answer this objection, but clearly identify between an objection and a no. No means no, objection means you should try. Okay, and make a list of all these objections in advance on a piece of paper and know how you're going to address those objections. Number 3, after preparation, that's also part of preparation, you should ensure that you're calling the right person. You're calling the right business. He or she should be Mr. or Mrs. Perfect, Mr. or Miss Perfect, whatever. So their marketing spend should be more than $2,000. I mean, if talking about myself, if I talk to someone, I want to make sure that they're spending at least more than 1 lakh rupees per month on their marketing, and has a proven business, is not a struggling business, has been there in the business for more than 2 years, and has tasted some success and now want to grow his business. And it's a healthy business. I don't want to find myself on a sinking ship. I want to work with healthy business. So make it very clear point that you're not going to help someone repair a sinking ship, okay? Because you'll drown with that sinking ship if you try to do that. You don't have the capacity as much as you want to help a sinking ship, but don't try to be a hero, uh, because early on you need to be strong first before you can help anyone. uh, Try to work with businesses that are proven, that are profitable, that are in the growth phase if you want to grow rapidly. So make sure you do your preparation before you call the person, so that you don't waste your time talking to a small restaurant that is struggling, that is going to be closing in next 2 months, 3 months, and they're spending 0 rupees or 10,000 rupees every month on marketing. You cannot help them with 10,000 rupees budget. Okay, so don't waste your time with wrong people. Make sure that you're calling the right people. Fourth, expect no, and prepare yourself to get a lot of no's. Prepare yourself to have no's over your breakfast. That should be your breakfast in the coming months, if you have the courage to pick up the phone and call them. Because you have to understand is that saying no is a basic human tendency. If you try to talk to anyone who doesn't know you until you're offering them some money, they'll say no without listening. So try this. If you see some people and try to approach them and try to talk to them, most of them will have a natural tendency to say no. They'll not talk to you until they have something. If you offer them money, if you offer them a deal, they might take interest in you. But the default reaction is that they will step back. They will not. It's not that it will happen with you. If someone approaches you, your default reaction will be to step back. You would think, why is this stranger wants to talk to me? Is he or she want something from me? And what do I get if I talk to that person? So it's the same reaction you give to people that people will give you if you try to talk to them. So expect no, and make yourself comfortable with the word no. If you want to be in the business, if you want to grow your business, expect 8 out of 10 people to say no when you try to pitch your services to them. Understand that no is only a feedback data, nothing more, nothing less. It's only feedback that they're giving you, that they're not your potential client. Don't give it a meaning such as they disrespected you, or they insulted you, or they rejected you. Don't give that no unnecessary meanings that it doesn't help you in the longer run. It doesn't help your personality. It doesn't help your confidence. It dilutes you, and it's very destructive as well. So start taking no as just a no, as only a feedback, as only a data. Okay, nothing more, nothing less. Be thankful to people who say clear no, because you know they are not your audience and you no longer have to waste your time on them. Okay, so no is good. If you tell people no, you're doing them a favor. If people are giving you no, they are doing you a favor. They are telling you that you're not the right person for them. So no is good. Okay, so don't associate no with rejection, that someone has rejected you. They might like you as a person. Maybe they did not have the time to know you as a person, because there's only so much they can know about you in few minutes of conversation. They just see you, they judge you, they don't know what you have been through, what you are as a person, and until they spend time with you. Okay, so give them the benefit of doubt that they are busy in something else and they don't know you. So if they're telling you something, it is not a rejection, because they don't know you to be able to reject you. You can only take it as a rejection if they have spent a week, 10 days, or a few months or a year with you, and then they're saying that you're not the person I want to hang out with. That's a rejection, because now they know you, and now they're saying that they don't they don't want to do business with you. That's a rejection. You can be disappointed with that. But if you're just contacting someone after 5 minutes or 15 minutes of conversation, or an hour of conversation, or few rounds of meetings talking about their business, if they tell you no, that is not a rejection. It's just a momentarily feedback they're giving you based on their assessment, based on the limited data, limited knowledge they have about you, because they don't know you as a person. Okay, so they're not rejecting you as a person. So stop taking no as a rejection. Okay, so give this a right meaning, a no. Okay, so, and expect a lot of no's. They're good for you. And on a side note, if the person says, "Where did you get my number from?" tell him, which you can say, "I got your number online." He or she is only expressing that he's not happy that you called. It only means that he or she is not the right client. Don't dwell on what he says. Just move on to the next call. Okay. Again, what I'm trying to say, I hope you get the idea. If the person says, "Where did you get my number from?" I'm on do not call list, or "Why are you calling me?" If he's irritated, maybe he's having a bad day. It's his problem, not your problem. You're offering him help. He doesn't want it. Don't give it unnecessary stories. It won't help your life. If he has any problems, if he's irritated, it's his problem, not your problem. Okay? So don't let that bother you. Now let me share my example script. The script, typical how your typical successful calls would go like, because your unsuccessful calls will end abruptly when the gatekeeper will hang up on you. They'll say that he's not around, we don't need you, or whatever. They'll just end abruptly. But the call that will convert into a meeting, this is how most of your calls will go like. So let's go with the sample script. On day one, let's say on 11:15 a.m. you picked up the phone and called a gym called Prime Gym. Okay, you just know their number, you got it from the website, and you don't know who's going to pick up. You pick up the phone and say, "Hello, is this Prime Gym?" Gatekeeper says yes. I'll say, "Can I speak to the marketing manager?" who usually is the business owner. The gatekeeper will say, "What is this regarding?" I'll say, "Actually, I came across your business on the internet, and we are a digital marketing agency, or I'm a digital marketing consultant, and we can help you get more customers every month using social media. Can you please let me know who would be the right person I can talk to about this?" Then the gatekeeper might say that you should be talking to Raj, the gym owner. He's not around right now. Can you call him again tomorrow at 12 noon? I'll say that, "Sure. Can I know who I'm talking to?" The other person says, "This is Jaspreet." I'll say, "Thanks, Jaspreet. I'll call back tomorrow and hope to connect with Raj." And I'll hang up. So please note that this script is in English. Feel free to translate this into Hindi, Punjabi, whatever the language of the first person who's picking up the phone like. It's in English right now because I have a lot of people who don't understand Hindi in this program. So translate it in whatever language you want, but that's the call flow when you pick up the phone and the receptionist pick up the phone. What I've done in this call is that I asked her that whom I'm talking to, and who's the person, what I do, what is this regarding, and who's the right person I can talk to, because I'm telling her that I know that you're not the right person. Maybe you're not the right person. Can you connect me to the person who takes the decision regarding marketing in this business? And she just told me that the business owner, Raj, is the right person you should be talking to. Call him tomorrow. So on day one, I just called up. In my Excel sheet, I put the name Raj, that I need to call Raj the next day around 12 noon, and I spoke to Jaspreet, who was the receptionist. Okay, on day 2, 12 noon, I call. I say, "Hello, may I speak with Raj?" Now I know that it's Jaspreet. You're the same guy who called yesterday, right? I say yes. Then Jaspreet says, "Hang on, let me call him." Now Raj picks up the phone. He says, "Hey, how can I help you? What is this regarding?" Or maybe it can be a case, by the way, that she gives you her mobile number and you're calling Raj. So it might be a case that you're calling Raj the same day because the street passed on his mobile number to you. So you're giving him call directly. So you say, "Hey," Raj says to you, "Hey, how can I help you? What is this regarding?" So I go on again. I say, "Raj, I came across your website online, or your business online. We are a digital marketing agency, and our area of expertise is to help gyms get more customers every month using social media. So I would like to set up a time with you and meet you, and so that I can show you some of the marketing ideas I have, and I'm confident that I can help you multiply your sales using those marketing ideas. And I'm investing in digital marketing right now. So I tell him what I do, how I can help his business. I tell him that I'm a specialist, I help gym owners, and I ask him an open-ended question that, are you investing in social media right now? So Raj might say, yeah, I am, but I'm sorry, we already have an agency, or we are doing this in-house. We have someone handling our social media in-house. So, so it's an objection I preempted. I know what to answer this, and which is what I would suggest you. This is how I recommend you address this objection when someone says that already have an agency. So I'll say something like, I'm sure you already do, Raj, because I see you have been posting regularly on Instagram. But we are a specialist agency and we extensively focus on working with fitness companies. So I would love to meet you in person and show you how ways how we can get you better results. Are you available tomorrow for a meeting at 12 noon? And notice I did not name in the agency. I did not say that the person whom you have in house is not doing a good job. I did not say that your marketing agency you're working with is doing a bad job. I did not pointed out any mistake in the existing work, because I don't want to create any fiction on the phone. I just dodged the question. I acknowledged, I addressed that, yes, I'm sure you're working with the agency, but I have few ideas that I want to show you. Okay. Because we are a specialist agency that only works with gyms, and I would like to show you my ideas. To which Raj would say, okay, Pulkit, how about we meet tomorrow at 12 noon? And I say, thanks, Raj, see you tomorrow at 12 noon. And the next day at 12 noon, I'll go and see him, go and see Raj. I'll do my homework, do my preparation, using the same strategy I have shared in this training. I'll ask him some excellent questions and convert him into a client. And make sure you follow up with a second call. If they didn't say a clear no, if the decision maker was not available, whatever the reason was, make sure you follow up, because follow-ups are very, very important. If you don't find the person, call them the next day until the person on the line tells you a clear no, that please don't call us. Okay? Or if they're only giving you objections, make sure you follow up with them, because otherwise you'll be wasting your time that you spend on finding these prospects. Okay. And that is typically how your call with the right client will go. Like, calls with the clients who don't need your service will end abruptly. Like I said, they'll not last more than a minute or two. But the cases in which you find clients who want to talk to you, want to explore your services, that's how most calls will go. And they might, I don't think they'll even in that case they will last very long, because your objective here is not to pitch the services. You are only getting them to fix a meeting with you. And now let's talk about the things that you should never do while calling people. Never argue with clients, gatekeeper, dodge and push for a meeting. Never try to correct the client. Never call someone unprepared. When you're not prepared, don't call them. Make sure you check the website, check their mobile application, check their Instagram feed, check their Facebook feed, check their ads. You should be prepared. Never take no as an objection and waste energy on beating a dead horse, or vice versa. No is not an objection. Objection is not a no. Okay, just know that. Don't forget to follow up, and don't ask them whether it's a good time. That's very, very important, because people try to be nice when they call people and they, sir, Raj, is this a good time talk? Invariably, everyone is busy and they'll say, no, this is not a good time. What is this regarding? So you're giving them an exit door by asking them, is this a good time? I only say, is it this a good time talk when I'm talking to a customer, a person I've already converted, I'm already doing business with. But I'm calling a prospect. If I'm calling in a potential employee who does not know me, with whom I don't have a relationship, I never ask them this question, is this a good time to talk to you? Because they'll always say, no, this is not a good time. Or they'll hurry up and banging the phone, because people like to show themselves as busy people. Okay, so never ask this question. This is very, very important. Don't ask them, is this a good time to talk? Okay. And don't ask them more than 30 minutes. If they ask you how much time is it going to take, or if you're telling them, can I meet you for a 30 minutes meeting, don't ask them for a 1 hour or 2 hour long meeting, because nobody has time to meet a stranger, and until they don't know about the value you can give them, uh, they're not going to give you a 2 hour or 1 hour slot. Okay, so always ask for 15, 20, 30 minutes. If you go on a call prepared and they like you, they'll automatically give you more time, or they'll ask you to come again for next round. But don't ask for more than 30 minutes of time, and fix up a time daily. Let's say 10 to call people. Let's say from 10 to 11 a.m. you call prospects and follow up with them, with the old ones. From 10 a.m. to 11 you just doing just that. You're calling new prospects, and people who said you asked you to call the next day, you're calling them again. And from 12 to 2 p.m. you go on and meet the prospects who gave you the appointment, because you also have to save time to meet people who are giving you appointment. And 3 p.m. onwards you work on writing, admin, and working on the projects you have already converted. So if you can ensure that your 10 to 2 p.m. goes on like this, that you are calling new prospects and you're meeting the prospect you called, you do it for a month to a maximum 3 months. I think if you do it for a month, you have a serious business, because you'll have a lot of clients, you'll have a lot of business within a month if you can just do this for 30 days. So that's it. Take the initiative, pick up the phone, and make at least 3 to 5 calls every day. So hope this video pushes you out of your comfort zone and talk to strangers. The day you start doing this, you'll start building your network, and more opportunities will start flowing in your direction. All you have to do is just take the initiative and be the first to say hello. You will strike life-changing partnership, projects, and relationships. So start taking initiatives, pick up the phone, start calling strangers once you know that they might be the right client for you, and start saying hello. I'll see you in the next session. Bye-bye.